Well, hello, welcome to another episode of the Unfiltered Four. Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello.
Good.
Hi, we're good.
Yeah, happy Monday if there is such a thing.
Fuck Mondays.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Sissy, what did
Tonight,
you say?
You
fuck
heard me.
Mondays.
It's
And we're
unfiltered, so leave
unfiltered.
me alone.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
That's
Unfiltered.
right,
unfiltered.
Susie.
We can say fuck, 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 fuck.
She hardly ever says anything like that.
So tonight's topic is abuse. Physical, mental, verbal, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse. It could be anybody. This was a topic that a country girl came up with, and it was a very
Yep.
good one. Does anybody have a
hmm
story to tell? Who
yeah,
wants to start?
I can.
Whoever wants to
Renee?
go first can go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have been dealing with verbal and emotional uh abuse from my brother for the last going probably for, ever since I could remember, to be honest. But as a kid, you look up to your brother and you look up, you want to do what you think is, the right thing. And, growing up, it was like he could do no wrong in his own mind. My parents were very protective of me. They were he would get yelled at a lot because he was bad. But as an adult, I grew to look up to him, and we used to hang out together. We used to do fun things together. And then about I hate to say it, like, I don't blame his ex-wife because she's a great lady, but when he started dating her and was looking to settle down, I feel like that's when it got bad. Because he wanted to hide things from her. He wanted to hide the fact that our dad was an alcoholic. He got mad at me for telling her that our dad was an alcoholic. He was like, "How dare you? How dare he guilt tripped me into apologizing to him over it." And um, now, as I grow a little bit of a backbone, there's a lot that has gone on in the last 5, 6 years, but I have learned that I don't need to have a relationship with him. I don't need to take the verbal abuse because that's what he does. He attacks me for feeling a certain way about things or not agreeing with him. He uses he has a way of like strategically um using what he knows I don't like attacking me, shaming, telling me shame on you for not doing this or this. And putting a guilt trip on me in order for me to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean," yes, I agree with you, or like, I can't not agree with him, or that's what he wants. He doesn't want me to disagree with him. And it, about 5 years ago, I decided that after being cussed out by him because I didn't have money to give him. He wanted $10,000. He was asking around the family for $10,000 for his divorce, and I didn't have it. I said, "I'm sorry, I don't have $10,000. Let me go check my other pair of pants." Like, so he cussed me out and told me how bad of a person I was, and at that point, that was enough for me to block him. And I did block him for about half a year, and then he apologized, and but it hasn't really ever gone, like, he hasn't really ever changed. That's the thing. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, but then he goes back to what he does, and nothing ever changes. And so this last time I had to block him again. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be um uh spouse or whatever, but you know, siblings can do that too. Another thing is these are our experiences versus if you are dealing with a domestic situation, violence or a DV in any shape or form, and you don't feel safe, please reach out to. Oh, I should look up and see. There's a hotline you can call. Please reach out to somebody and don't sit in silence. And please do not. If you cannot be safe, like if let's say you're married to someone like my brother, and you don't feel safe blocking them or leaving, please reach out to somebody in a professional manner, because if I say, oh, I blocked my brother and you can't do that, that might not be safe. So
Yeah,
please do it
yeah.
safe for now.
Yeah, there's always help out there. And yeah, like you said, we should have had the
Yes.
number available. But you'll be able
Yeah,
to
I thought
Google
about
it and
that.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing like guilt trips. I hate guilt trips. I think they are just
They're
smack
master manipulators.
manipulators.
Yeah, it's what I
Scammers.
yeah, like something like a scammer. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I like to refer to them as.
I have the number. Okay.
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 It's
Give it to the
800
audience.
800-799-7233. You can also
Okay.
text BEGIN, BEGIN, to 88788. And again, that number is 800-799-7233. And this is a national hotline. Or
And we'll say
BEGIN,
the number again at the end of the show.
yeah, BEGIN to 887 or 88788.
Cool. Cool. That's good. I don't have like a big story, but I just remember how when I was married to my ex-husband, um, he never hit me because I would have smacked his ass back because he was smaller than me. But the verbal abuse sometimes, like if I can remember this one time we were riding in a car. It was me, his dad, and Joey, which is his son from his first marriage. And we were going over to his ex-wife's house for something. Don't even ask. And I just said, well, I don't want to stay that long. I don't want to stay that long. And he just like yells at the top of his lungs to me in the car. And I don't remember what he said. And I learned after that, don't talk, don't speak, don't say anything. Which is hard because I'm a person that don't take shit from nobody, And I took a lot of that kind of talk from him. I don't think I was afraid of him. I think I was afraid of, I'm not quite sure what I was afraid of. I didn't feel secure in my marriage at all. Having Rachel was the best thing ever because I had somebody who loved me unconditionally. My weight became an issue, and I'm like, I've been overweight all my life. When we're dating, you loved my weight, and then when we got married, you didn't. And I just, it would make me feel bad about myself sometimes, and as my friends would say after we separated and I went and told some of my friends in person, I had 3 of them or 2 of them say, well, you were quiet when we would go out to eat. And I go, really? So I didn't even notice that. They said, yeah, you were real quiet. You weren't yourself. And I blame a lot of it on my home life. I don't know how I made it, but it took me a long time to get past all that because I carried a lot of anger, and not necessarily at him, at myself. But as I said today, I did a video on TikTok about that one documentary I saw, and it was about the football player who got catfished in college. And the one thing the psychiatrist told him is you got to forgive yourself to move on. Um, and then I realized, why am I getting all bent out of shape out of that SOB when my life is so freaking fantastic? I mean, when he announced the divorce, I wasn't upset. I was upset about putting my daughter in daycare, but that was the best thing because she needed to learn to socialize. Um, but the fact that he kind of dropped out of her life, he paid child support till 18, and that's all that mattered. I don't have any contact with him. I don't reach out. I don't care. But if he were to call, oh, I'm cordial or whatever, but I don't expect him to call for any reason unless if his wife calls and says something happened to him. And I don't want anything to happen to him. I don't hate him that much. I just think I had to go through all that to be in the good place that I am now. And I think that's why it's easy for me to talk to victims of scammers. I may not have been scammed, but I know what it feels like when you feel like you're worth nothing, you know? So that's where I pull my strength from to talk to victims of scams. So that's kind of my little story. Nobody's ever hit me because I would hit back. I'm afraid to hit back. So I keep a baseball bat. So
I can picture you now swinging that.
I was a ball player. I know how to swing a bat.
Yeah,
You
I was
know,
a softball player too,
yeah. I
but
don't
I
have a
took,
gun. I don't feel comfortable. I don't care who has guns. I don't feel comfortable because I know myself. It'll
Right.
take one person to piss me off and it'll blow their head off. I'm
Yeah.
not a person who should have a gun. So
I
got a
agree.
baseball
I'm the
bat, and
same way.
I feel comfortable with a baseball bat because I grew up playing softball. So
I have both. So yeah, I used to be the quiet type. And with my ex-husband, the kids, I won't call him dad. I call him sperm donor.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
So when sperm donor and I were married, it was um, with my mom and dad. Dad would go out and do his thing, then come home, and he would get physical with my mom some. So, you kind of grow up like that, and you think, well, it's a thing because we thought everything was okay because we got whatever. But so my ex husband started hitting on me. I'm like, I didn't think a whole lot about it. But then when I had Kendra, Kendra was born 32 weeks. He come in on a drunken thing, being on the CB radio, horning around and stuff, and come in, hit the bassinet. Kendra hit the floor, smacked Chris, my son, in the face. Kobe went under the table. I picked Kendra up. She was on a heart monitor. I took him straight next door. I went back in my house, grabbed a butcher knife, and I was going to kill that son of a bitch if I caught him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he never did come back to my house because he did come back by with a friend. And my dad had 6 cop cars because he had him hanging by his throat and was ready to kill him
Yeah.
because he was coming back to threaten to kill me.
Yeah.
But it was different when he was hitting on me, but it's not okay for people to hit on them. And it's not good for the kids.
Okay, what's his phone number and his address?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
I ain't seen
I'm
him
gonna
in a
take
while.
my
Last I heard, he
baseball
was in
bat.
jail.
Yeah. Oh, he's in
But
jail?
yeah, last I heard he was in jail.
Okay.
But it's not okay for them to start hitting the wives or girlfriends or whoever because eventually they will hit the kid. I
Yeah.
took it, and it took him hitting my kid and almost killing Kendra, knocking her out of the bassinet. He come in and he hit something and put the whole bassinet off. He knew what he was doing, but it's not okay. Don't let it get that far. And then after all that issues, I was when I got divorced, I was dating somebody else, and we rushed Kendra to the hospital, and they was going to fly her out. Kendra was crying, didn't want to go up in the bird, she said. So my boyfriend at the time told me, he said, you need to call her dad in case something, she don't make it. So I called. His grandmother answered the phone. She said, hi, honey, how are you? I said, I need to speak to, sperm donor because Kendra's not doing well and they're going to ship her out. She said, oh my God, I'll pray for him, blah, 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 blah. Well, he gets on the phone and I tell him, I said, listen, I'm calling you to tell you Kendra's not doing well. They're going to ship her to Children's Hospital. And I figured I would do the right thing and let you know. Quote unquote, bitch, don't call down here no more. If they're in a hospital, oh fucking well. If they die, I'll read it in obituary. You raise your own bastards, you fucking whore, and hung up.
Ooh.
So after that, I raised my kids on my own.
And
Of
they
course.
wonder why we choose the bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
So, I mean,
That's
anybody, it can be done. You can raise your kids on
Yes,
your
you can.
own.
You can.
Don't stay with people for stuff like that. Don't.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's not worth it.
It ain't.
It's
Mm-mm.
not.
It definitely ain't. Whether it's physical abuse, mental abuse, because you think you might have somebody good, but if they physically or mentally abuse you, you can find better.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Most
And you can
definitely.
raise kids on your own. I did mine.
You
Yeah.
can.
Right. Yeah. I did mine.
Mm-hmm.
My mom raised 7 on her own.
You know how much I
Wow.
got child support? And, from, let's say, Kendra was not even a year old and Chris was 2 years old. I have got $60
Oh my
child
God.
support for the whole time.
Yeah.
That's it. So what the
I
fuck are you
can.
supposed to buy for that? I ain't gonna buy a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So people, that's just our experience. We're not telling you to do this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had a friend that I growed up and went to school with, and he has custody of his children, and the wife don't want nothing to do with them. So it's not just the men. I'm not saying that.
No.
Yeah. 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 I mean, there are women out there who do abuse who do abuse as well,
More than what people realize.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hear it all the time. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Yes, it is. I hate to tell you that, but yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen. It happens every single day. Whether they want to believe it or not, it really does happen. And there is help. All you have to do is just reach out and ask for help.
Yeah.
I mean, it might take you a couple times before you accept the help. I do know people that have been abused, both sexes. So it's not just male, it's not just female. And yeah, one had to be told, look, you can do this. Be here to help you any way we can. Wasn't a problem. But they have to believe that they can do it. Sure,
Yeah.
it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be done.
And you got to think it's worse on your kids to see all this abuse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Kendra come home from Lexington, she was in a neonatal unit up there for 2.5 months. When I brought her home and she was still on her breathing machine and everything is like a little bag I carried on my thing while she was hooked up to everything. I had literally was standing at the top of the steps in the corner of the hallway, had her against the wall while he kicked my sides in and broke 3 of my ribs.
Oh,
Oh.
So it's not good. I mean, she was
Yeah.
too young to see that,
Yeah.
but you don't want your kids to see that. They're better
also,
off to leave people than them
yeah.
seeing this.
Also,
Yeah.
ask yourself, would I want my son or daughter
Right.
to see how this is how we treat another human being and be in this kind of a relationship?
Exactly. Yeah, because my
Yeah.
mom said she stayed because of us kids. And I told her, I said, Mama, that was the worst thing you could have done because the stuff we seen, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the
It
stuff
is
we
hard.
had to see. And it makes it, then that's probably why it took him to do something to my kids. And I shouldn't let it went that far. But when that happened to my kids, it was it.
Well,
He made me walk that when he kicked my sides in was because her monitor was going off. He had come in. He wanted to play around or whatever. But her monitor was going off that her breathing had stopped. I told him to take me to the doctor. He slung me down and told me I'd F him before he takes me there. So I grabbed her and walked. Then the cop comes and said, "What are you doing with the baby out, Tammy? Why are you walking?" I said, "Because, you know, his ass
yeah.
did." They went in, said that he was resisting arrest, beat the shit out of him and took him to jail and
Wow.
gave me a ride to the hospital.
Good.
Oh, bless
Mm.
them. Bless
Mm-hmm.
them.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never experienced the violence part of it, but I have witnessed it many, many times. But the one that sticks out in my mind the most is when I was a child. I was probably like 10 years old at the time. And my dad, he was not living with us, but he would stop by to visit because he did have, visitation and all that. But at the time, my mom was also babysitting our stepsister and our stepbrother. For some reason, my father hated the stepsister, which was his daughter. I mean, he hated her. He literally beat
Sorry.
her until she was black and blue.
Wow.
My mom kept getting him off of her. I would take and pull her into the next room. He would come and get her, beat her some more. And then finally, we got him towards the door, and I shoved him out the door. And he says, "I'm coming back in." I said, "No, you're not." And he went to step back towards the door, and I slammed the door in his face. And he was out there screaming and hollering and everything else, trying to wake, because we lived in an apartment building. He was trying to wake up all the neighbors and everything like that. And some of the neighbors did come out and they tried to get him to leave, but he wouldn't leave. So he just kept beating on the door. And I took my stepsister into the other room and we put her underneath the bunk bed. And then my brother was there. The one that, well, he's no longer with us. He passed away. He said, "I will take care of him." I said, "No, you're not going out the door. We're not going to risk opening that door," because he was not a small man. And finally, he stopped trying to get back in the door, got real quiet. So we cracked the door just a little bit to where we could see if he was still out there. He was gone. He had went down the steps and left. So he comes back the following morning, like nothing happened. swore up and down nothing happened, that he wasn't there, nothing. Until my stepsister come out and he seen her and he said, "What happened to you?" She said, "You did this to me." And he just looked at her. And he said, "Well, I can't deny that I did it. Because her mother was working. That's why my mom was babysitting them. Because her and my mom actually became friends." He said, "Well, I beat you because I hate you."
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I just remember looking at him. I said, "Why? She never has done anything to you. He never spent time with none of us. He would only drop in like when he felt like it to say hi or whatever. We had no interaction with him at all. None." But another thing that pissed me off the most about that whole situation is her mother refused to turn him in, to report him to the police. She plain flat out refused.
Wow. Around here, they'll get you both
And
if you don't turn them in, don't they?
I was like, you know, I get that he would work when he felt like it, but he tried to blame everything on the service because he did serve in the service. I'll give him that much. But that's about all I'm going to give him. And he never seen us again after that until I was probably in my late 30s. And then that was only because I had medical issues that I needed to know from him if he had this on his side of the family or anything like that. That's the only reason I contacted him. But he's now passed away. And I did make peace with him before he passed away, but not for his own mental health, but for mine, because I was going to therapy at the time. And the therapist, he didn't force me or anything like that. It was totally up to me. And now he had a great relationship with the rest of the kids. But for some reason, he hated my stepsister. And when he said he hated her, you could see the hate in his eyes.
Hmm.
And he never said why or anything. And the only thing he said to me after I said, "I forgive you, but I can't forget everything you have done to all of us children," he just looked at me. He said, "I have one question for you." I said, "What is that?" He said, "Can I have a relationship with your son?"
Hmm.
And I'm just looking at him like, you've got to be kidding me. But at the time, I told him, I said, it's up to him. It's not up to me. If you two want to have a relationship, that's fine.
How
But
old was your son at the time?
he was in his early teens.
Okay.
But I did not tell him though. You know, how he knew that he was an alcoholic and he was abusive and stuff like that. But he did not know to the extent of what he did to, well, it would have been his aunt. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
I have told him about it since then, but I did not tell him about it though till after he passed away because I know my son. He would have went off, and I did not want that.
Yeah.
So I kept it to myself, and I didn't say anything to him about it. But he and my sister's boy, yeah, that was his pride and joy. His two grandsons. He did have other grandchildren, but he wanted nothing to do with them. It was like he was Xing out the girls altogether,
Yeah.
you know. But when it came to the grandsons, oh no, he was there. He wanted to know what they were doing, if he could take them to the doctor. He'd go shopping with them, everything,
Yeah.
but not the granddaughters. And they said, well, maybe it has to do with when he was in the service, because the only thing he would say about that, and he was not a dumb man at all, not at all. He was very smart. That's where my son gets it from. I swear to God, because his brain just constantly is running overtime. And he's just like, takes after his grandfather more than he realizes. The only difference is he's not abusive. That's the only difference.
Because his mom and daddy raised him right.
You know,
Mm.
now his sperm donor, let me tell you, I left that SOB when my son was 6 months old. Sharon, I want to say thank you. I'm giving you a shout out. She helped me raise our son. He's considered our son. That's how I look at it. That's how she looks at it. She helped me raise him from time he was 6 months old until the time she married her husband. And then she still helped raise him after that. And her husband and my husband was the male role models for him. Yes, his grandfather was still in the picture, but he didn't come around as much. And that's fine. I can't say why he didn't come around because it would give something away that people can't find out.
Mhm.
But sissies know, mommy knows. But yeah, I have no tolerance for abuse of any kind. None. You know, that's why sometimes, and yes, I am going to bring up the scammers. Brace yourselves. That's why sometimes when we are talking with one of the scammers and they say certain things, like, I'm going to hit you or I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do this to you. Yeah,
Mm.
that triggers me.
Yep.
And I will go off on them.
Mhm. We all do.
We all do, you know. And yeah, I know some of the people in the chat don't like it because I've received emails but you know what? It is what it is.
They're scammers.
They are scammers.
They don't deserve our respect.
No, they do not. They do not. Not at all.
You know.
And yes, I do like talking to them. Why? Because we can learn from
That
them.
stuff. Yeah.
We can learn from them. And we have learned from them. They just don't realize it.
And some of them they do realize it because they've sat there and told
Yeah.
us different hints and different stuff. So
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they give info away like nothing,
Yeah.
and info that they're not supposed to.
It's a
Which
gift
you
that we
know,
have.
which you know, I do have some other info, but I can't give it out on here because I don't want them to know that we know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that is solely kept between us four. And yes, people in the chat, yeah, I know, Sandy. I know. You didn't tell us what the stuff is. Sorry, but not sorry. That is for us to know so we know what else to do and everything else. Sort of like something like last night when we had that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a little extra time on him, but it was well worth it. It really was.
Hmm.
That's why,
Reporting all the cash apps that I do and the
yes,
bank account numbers I do,
yes.
that makes a big dent in theirs, you know, because some of them, why'd you do that? It wasn't mine. Well, you know, it wasn't yours.
Yeah, it might not have been your Cash App, but still, you're using that Cash App.
And that is to protect the other person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, they're also master manipulators, just like your abusers are,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just in a different way, is all.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you get to the point, the one little card I have by Martina Dove explains it. When you can't get, you know, you're not going to give money anymore, they give you this heavy guilt trip. I
Yes.
thought you
Yeah.
loved me. I thought we were gonna, but you know, and they load it on thick to get you to give them money again, you know. And I think that's why so many of them, when they finally expose themselves to me and they show their face and I take their picture, and they think we're going to be friends because I truly believe in the back of their minds, they're thinking, okay, we're going to be friends. I bet I'm
Yeah.
going to get money out of her soon.
Mm-hmm.
She'll weaken. No, I won't weaken.
No, we won't.
No, there's too many things on the TikTok shop I want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
I flagged a couple more things last night. I'm like, what are you doing? So, but yeah, no, it's just, you know, the manipulation of men.
Yes.
And again, I'm not hating on men, even though
No,
it
we're
sounds
not.
like I
Not
am,
at all. I
you
mean,
know, and I am referred to on the lives as the dick hater. Um,
I'm the cock
men.
blocker.
I like men. I like looking at them. I love Chris Evans. I love Chris Hemsworth. I love looking at pretty men on the movie screen. But I don't have time and I don't have the energy and I'm always tired.
I mean,
But
and
I learned
sissies.
so much. I learned so much from my two long-term relationships that I had.
Yeah, you
And
learn a
enjoyed
lot.
it. And that's why I am the phenomenal bitch that I am today.
And thanks to two sissies, which they are the best, you
Yeah.
know, they keep me, they don't realize it, but they keep me in line now. When the guys come in there and say, oh, Sandy, be my number one,
Nope.
be my wife. Sissies, what do we say now?
You can't have any more husbands.
You
Yeah.
got one, and that's all you get.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope,
Yeah.
no
So
how,
sick.
no how, no can do.
That's right.
I'm married 38 years, be 39 years September.
Cool.
I had to call her out the other day. She said,
Yes, she did.
No,
Yes,
you
she
do
did.
not.
She says, Sissy, nope.
No,
Remember.
no, she said.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
sissies like, sissy, remember. Yep, I remember. Yep. Sorry, Alex.
Ew.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex. Nope. Can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Can't do it, Alex.
Ooh,
Oh, you did claim Danny for your boyfriend, though.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Not
Danny's a
husband.
sweetie.
Danny
Boyfriend.
is a sweetie. Well,
He's in a
Danny asked
spot
me
on
if he
Clapper,
could, yeah,
but
he
he's a
asked me
sweetie.
if he could use my photo and he could claim me as his girlfriend now.
Yeah,
No.
he did.
He did. And I said, sure, why? He said, because I'm going to piss somebody off.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
He sure
I love
did.
it.
And I'm
love
like,
it.
sure, I don't care. You know, you can, if you want to piss them off, go ahead.
Yep.
You know,
I mean, if you folks out there are looking for a good time,
come to
join
our
my
chat.
lives every night
Yep.
except Mondays or on a
Yes.
Tuesday if I have movie tickets. By the
Right.
way, my friend wanted to go to the movies tomorrow and I told her I couldn't. So I didn't
That's
feel
because you
like
knew I
it.
was coming back.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it. She wanted to see the live action Moana, and I'm like, well, let's wait a week, or I'm hoping she'll forget. So
Well, actually,
I
that
don't want to
movie
see
did not
it.
do. That movie didn't do too well. That's why they want people to go. It only made 43 million. They're
Oh my
two.
God. I mean, The Rock and the long hair. I love long hair.
They're
Look
200
good.
million short of breaking even.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do
Some
want
of
to
the,
say something else.
sure.
This involves social media, all platforms. This happens on all platforms, not just on Clapper, not just on TikTok, which are your major big ones, and not on just Favorite It. The manipulation and the if you watch certain people, sissies know which people I'm talking about. Some things have not went well the past week,
Yep.
and certain things this one person did to the other person is domestic violence.
Yep.
So you also have to be careful on social media as well. The things that this person did to the other one is horrific. You do not do that. Please be careful. We can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
Do not meet your lover on social media.
Oh God, no.
Just don't. For the love of God. I mean, yeah, I did bring religion. For the love of God, please don't do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had met in person and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
But the way this person manipulated this other person into doing certain things and all that, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I
it's
know
not
we
good.
did I know we did the episode about social media, the good, the bad, and the
Yes.
ugly. It seems there's just more ugly lately. And with
Yeah.
the
And
AI
yeah,
and photoshopping and stuff, it's like it's gotten crazier. It makes my job harder.
yes, it
Our
does.
job. Luckily, Sandy's real good at the AI images and stuff. She
They're
can
Hey,
get
I
barking.
right
know.
away.
Yeah, I know what the
Yeah.
heck to look for.
He's gonna bark. I'm warning you.
Okay,
Somebody's driving down the street, you know.
that's
All
fine.
right.
Milo's fine.
Susanna's on vacation, and she came out of her vacation to do the podcast. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So
I am too.
Are you guys ready for this week's question?
I am.
Yes.
Okay. I saw this and this is so cool. I love this one. What is your favorite movie quote? You go first.
Oh.
I have several. My best friend Marianne and I always quoted movies, always. But the one that I use the most on my lives is Pull This Leg and It Plays Jingle Bells.
Mhm.
And it's from the movie About Last Night with Rob Lowe, Demi Moore, Elizabeth Perkins, and James Belushi. And it's James Belushi says this to Rob Lowe because Rob Lowe says something and Jim Belushi knows he's blowing smoke. And he's like, yeah, pull this leg and it plays Jingle Bells. I say that all the time, and I love that.
Yeah,
There's other
you do.
ones, but that's the one I think I quote the most. Besides
I love
Star
that
Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
I'm
Lucius
gonna
Chuck.
say
He's such a
anything
cootie in
that
it,
has
and I
to
love him.
do with Monty Python.
I was just
Oh,
gonna say that myself.
Anything
yes.
that has to do with Monty Python.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
sorry,
The
but
Holy Grail
sorry,
is
not
indeed the
sorry.
Holy Grail.
Mhm.
Yeah. The
I
Holy
mean,
Grail is indeed the Holy Grail in that movie. It's,
Yes.
oh, yes.
I'm gonna do a Harry Potter quote pretty quick.
Hmm.
But see, I gotta know my audience.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, Christmas
okay.
Vacation, Hitler's Full. That's my favorite line.
Oh, okay. This isn't a movie, but I
Yeah.
quote South Park a lot.
I love
Oh,
South Park.
I used
Yeah.
to watch that all the time.
Yeah.
Does Penny still get killed every week?
Yeah,
I don't know.
he
I only quote
does.
early South Park. So
I remember the one episode, Cartman. Every time somebody would mention like Sticks and Come Sail Away, and Cartman would
Mhm.
have to sing the whole song, but he would do it like really, really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Country girl, it's your turn.
I'm brain fart for real.
No, I had a minute. Took me a minute.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Whoa,
There you go.
Yes,
There you
yes. Go with the win.
Love
Yes,
it.
yes.
love that one.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, ladies, this was a great episode. I think we
It
really
was.
shared a lot.
Oh,
We
Hopefully,
did.
it will
remember
help
again.
people. And again, if you have domestic issues and all that jazz, I'll give the phone number. Suzanne will give you the other thing. It's 1-800-799-7233.
And you can text begin to 88788.
Okay? Don't let nobody take advantage of you and beat you up and smack you
You can
around.
also go to the National Domestic Violence and Abuse website and you can chat with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, everybody out there, stay safe. If you're in hot weather like we are, stay cool.
Stay
Love
cool and
everybody.
be you.
But yes, and forgive yourself. Forgive
Yes.
yourself.
It's
Yep.
not, and remember, it is not your fault.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody, take care, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Good night,
Unless Suzanne's
Bye,
on
everyone.
vacation again.
Nope.
Bye.